Afternoon, partly cloudy tomorrow, 19. With the 3 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher.
Experience the smooth, rich flavour of McCafe today. Expertly crafted by trained baristas, just the way you like.
The Reserve Bank has cut interest rates for the second time this year. Michael Packy reports.
The RBA board has reduced the official cash rate by 25 basis points and it now sits at 3.85%. Homeowners with an average mortgage of $750,000 will save about $114 on their monthly repayments. The Reserve Bank's move had been widely expected by money markets, but there's a chance this may be the last rate cut for some time, given the jobs market remains relatively strong and wages have been rising. In its statement, the RBA says it's still worried inflation could creep back up, mainly on the back of global uncertainty.
And all four of the big banks, NAB, Commonwealth, ANZ and Westpac, have already announced they'll pass on the rate cut to customers. A man will be sentenced next month for an unprovoked attack on a mother in Rundle Mall. 38-year-old Scott Michael Antrobus pleaded guilty to assault causing harm after repeatedly hitting the woman in front of her young daughter. A Good Samaritan intervened, hip and shouldering Antrobus as he chased her down the mall and holding him till police arrived. His lawyer told the court the diagnosed schizophrenic had recently relapsed back into drug use. SafeWork SA is taking legal action against energy giant AGL. It alleges the company exposed workers to unsafe levels of lead at its Torrens Island power plant during its decommissioning between October 2022 and April 2023. AGL has been charged with a Category 2 offence under the Work Health and Safety Act, which carries a maximum penalty of $1.5 million. Well, the Nationals are hopeful they can rejoin the coalition at some point after taking the historic step of breaking up their partnership with the Liberals. The two parties have been at loggerheads over a number of policy issues in the wake of their election defeat. The Nationals will now sit separately until a compromise can be reached. Leader David Littleproud says he'll remain in touch with his Liberal counterpart.
Both Susan Lead and my preference is that they are given the space to create their policy platform, to be able to come back to us at any juncture. And Susan's made it very clear to me, at any juncture we can go back to them and we are going to continue to work together in keeping those lines of communication open.
In California, the Menendez brothers' upcoming parole hearing has been pushed back. Eric and Lyle's June 13 hearing will now happen in late August. The brothers were initially sentenced to life without the possibility of parole for the 1989 murders of their parents, but were resentenced earlier this month. The Jim Morrison bust, stolen from his grave in Paris 37 years ago, has been found. The BBC's Paddy Maguire has the story.
10 years after his sudden death in the French capital in 1971, a white marble sculpture of the Doors frontman was placed on Morrison's headstone at Père Lachaise Cemetery. It quickly became a focal point for the legions of nostalgic rock fans who flocked there to tell the charismatic singer, "Hello, I love you." It became covered in graffiti, and then in 1988, it disappeared. Nearly 40 years later, the bust has turned up in Paris, discovered by chance during a search by French police investigating a fraud case, slightly greyer, but still covered in adoring graffiti.
Turning to 5AA's sport, an update today on Crow Nick Murray and when he's likely to be back from injury. High performance manager Darren Burgess says he's recovering from the arthroscope on his left knee last month.
Nick Murray was running on ground this week. He's feeling really good. We anticipate he'll be 3 or 4 weeks away, but it's really positive signs for Nick.
Adelaide have a home game on Sunday against the West Coast Eagles. Port Adelaide has re-signed defender Logan Evans. He's committed for 3 more years. The Power had a light session today ahead of this weekend's trip west to face Freo. And Brighton has defeated Liverpool in the English Premier League 3-2. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Helen Cove, a smash on Lonsdale Road at the Cove Road. Quite heavy delays inbound through there. Parkside, urgent gas works. Fullerton Road near Blythe Street. Paynham, urgent waterworks. Port Rice Road near Taylor Avenue. And Oaklands Park, earlier crash getting cleared at the moment. Diagonal Road at Sturt Road, a little bit sluggish through there. Cameras Addison Road, Rosewater and Osmond Terrace at Norwood. When the lucky country isn't so lucky, lucky you with Amy. Before buying insurance issued by Amy, read the PDS and TMD at amy.com.au. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, sunny this afternoon, partly cloudy tomorrow, 19. Thursday, partly cloudy and 19. Friday, also 19, but mostly sunny. Right now, it's 19 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Beth Excel tonight. Rate cut relief, how to maximise the value for your budget. Political breakup, the Nationals and Liberals split. 80 years of coalition over. Supermarket boss JP Drake takes a stand against online trolls. Why you should avoid putting plastic containers in the dishwasher. And blindness linked to weight loss drug Ozempic. 9 News, your news, nightly at 6 on 9 and 9 now.
The FIVEAA Sports Show. Rowie and Timmy G.
You went down by 10 points, but your coach, he's sick of it.
We kick ourselves. I think we're sick of that.
How did you describe it? How did you describe it?
I wasn't shattered they lost. It was Collingwood at the MCG. In my eyes, we went toe-to-toe with, I would think, a genuine premiership contender.
The FIVEAA Sports Show.
I'm buoyed and confident after 10 rounds.
Weekdays from 4 p.m. on FIVEAA. Always Adelaide.
Here at FIVEAA, we're all about supporting local. Head to the Excelsior Hotel, where kids eat free every weekend. The Excelsior Hotel, 110 Coghlan Street, Brompton. Feels like coming home, but better.
What makes Ray White the big name in business broking? They're people, like multi-time SA Business Broker of the Year, Brett Buckley, and his team of business professionals. They take a deep dive into your business, finding value and potential, and they know what they're looking for because they know businesses. They're not real estate salespeople trying to sell businesses, they're business people selling businesses. If you want to know what your business is worth, touch base with Brett. Search Ray White Business Sales SA. Multiple Business Broker of the Year awards.
The Aussie Outback is no place for amateurs or idiots. And I should know, I'm Russell Corbett. Here's some more city slickers in a flashy new Triton, thinking they could just drive into the Never Never willy-nilly. That's a no-no.
I've already been back.
Oh, right, you've already been.
Yeah.
And now you're heading back, yeah, makes sense.
Mitsubishi's most capable ute ever. Nothing can frighten a Triton.
I'll follow you then. No? Okay.
Australian Retirement Trust. The raw retirement experts.
Raw retirement?
Yeah, it's like retirement, but fiercer. Because it's powered by a big blue super monster.
Oh. Wait, are you sitting on a monster right now?
Yes, I am.
Oh my... I should probably check my super.
Awaken your super with Australian Retirement Trust. Consider the PDS and TMD before deciding at art.com.au.
At Southern Cross Care, our residential care homes embrace a healthy ageing philosophy. Our highest priorities are our residents' safety, health, well-being and quality of life. With cafes, health and wellness centres, libraries, gardens and caring, compassionate staff, our homes are vibrant places to live. With beautiful locations across Adelaide, Mount Barker and the Fleurieu, there's a location nearby. For more information, visit southerncrosscare.com.au.
Better for life. G'day, it's Ben from BJ Energy. Lately I've had a lot of people asking about the federal battery rebate, what it is, how it works and whether they're eligible. At BJ Energy, we've done the homework. Our job is to help you make the most of the rebate while it's still around. So if you're thinking about solar or a home battery, or just have any questions about the federal battery rebate, it's easy to get in touch with us. No sales pitch, just straight answers. Visit bjenergy.com.au. That's bjenergy.com.au.
Join the great cover-up and get a Walco Guardian pool cover. Made right here in SA, a Walco Guardian pool cover will preserve your chemicals, keep your water clean, and you won't need to run your pump. Put your pool to bed for winter. Visit walco.com.au.
The news and issues that matter to South Australia. Always Adelaide. This is 5AA. 5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
Good afternoon to you and happy Tuesday. It's the 20th of May into the third and final hour of the afternoon's program, and that means we are live on the Complete Care live stream, so jump on Facebook and YouTube to say hi. And I need to remind you that I still have a double pass to give away to go and see the very special Harry Potter performance by the Adelaide Symphony Orchestra. This is part of their Live at the Movies, what would you call it, series. They're doing a series of Live at the Movies, and this one is featuring Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. It's on the 7th of June at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre, and I have a double pass to give away this afternoon, so stay listening. You need to listen out for some Harry Potter themed music. I don't want to make it too obvious. I don't want to give it away. I'm just saying, listen out. They'll be given away in the next hour. So stay listening if that sounds like something you're interested in. Plus, it's a Tuesday, so I feel like the next hour is going to be busy with giveaways. Turkey Tuesday. Who are you nominating? 8223 0000 is the number to call. Your calls after 3:30. Lots of turkeys to nominate this week, I think. There's so much going on. It's been very busy in the news cycle, and one of the big stories today has been the Reserve Bank dropping interest rates again. They dropped by 0.25% to 3.85%, and the Reserve Bank Governor Michelle Bullock spoke a short time ago, and these are the reasons that she gave as to why this decision was made.
The most recent quarterly CPI confirmed that both headline and underlying inflation are now under 3%. And if you ignore the more volatile items in the headline CPI, our forecasts see the underlying pulse of inflation around the midpoint of the 2 to 3% range over the next year or so. So price increases have slowed, and it's fairly broadly based, and this is very good news. The board's strategy over quite some time has been to bring inflation down while avoiding a sharp rise in unemployment. This is consistent with our dual mandate of price stability and full employment. I know this period of relatively high interest rates has been and continues to be challenging for many households and businesses, but it was essential we brought inflation down because inflation hurts everyone.
Yeah, and as a mortgage holder, I know I'm very pleased with this afternoon's decision. I know, though, not everyone is, especially if you're a self-funded retiree or have money in a term deposit. But, you know, we all look at these things through a selfish lens sometimes, I guess. I also have some news to bring you from South Australia Police, rather. They've put out a release saying that emergency services are at the scene of a serious crash on Lonsdale Road at Hallett Cove. It occurred at 2:20 this afternoon near the Cove Road. There are serious injuries reported, and the road is expected to remain closed for several hours. So it's city-bound traffic on Lonsdale Road is being diverted onto the Cove Road, and motorists should take an alternate route if possible. Greg on the text line says it's a motorbike is involved. There's a bike involved. So it doesn't sound good, and we'll bring you updates on that throughout the afternoon. But for now, it's 14 minutes past 3 and it's time to talk State of the Arts.
FIVEAA's State of the Arts.
Coming up in June from the 5th to the 21st is the Adelaide Cabaret Festival, and it's a very special year for it as well. Joining me in the studio now is Virginia Gay, Artistic Director, Festival Director?
Artistic Director.
All of it. Director of all of it.
Oh, yeah. Head Director. Sure.
Artistic Director of the Adelaide Cabaret Festival, Virginia Gay. Happy 25th birthday.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm going to put it on my showcast now. Virginia, 25 years old.
25 years. There you go.
Yeah.
You look great for 25.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I've had a hard life in my 25 years. Some things have happened, clearly. But bless your heart. I know, we feel so excited. We feel so honoured that this festival has existed for 25 years and has flourished for 25 years. And that is just such a testament to Adelaide audiences, the way that they embrace this festival, the way that they are willing to take a chance on a crazy thing that I've brought over from Edinburgh, and the way that they're also like so hungry for super exciting things. Jess Malboy's doing her very first cabaret show.
Isn't it amazing?
I mean, what an extraordinary thing. This woman plays stadiums, and we have an intimate and personal night with one of the greatest voices Australia's ever produced. I mean...
And it's only it's a one-night only thing, isn't it?
Off, baby, and it is an exclusive.
So excited.
It's one of my
about
favourite
that.
words. You have to sing exclusive.
I'll leave that to you.
Yeah, thanks, I appreciate it.
So, of course, we've got Jess Malboy, Vicar and Linda as part of the program this year.
I mean, have you heard their voices blend together recently? You just go, oh, they've got an advantage by being sisters. It just feels like when you hear their voices together, you're like, oh, that should always. There we go. So she does sing. She does sing, everybody.
Sorry about that. If your glass just shattered in your kitchen or your mug just fell apart in your hand, I do apologise.
Lies. In fact, I'm looking for another festival show. Come on.
Well, speaking of looking for festival shows, you quite literally last year travelled the world to find the best of the best. And one that stood out for me was Flo and Joan. They were two sisters as well, weren't they? Were they technical sisters? Or
No, literal sisters.
Really?
Yeah, actual sisters.
Oh.
This year we have actual brothers, the Burton brothers. It's very important to me, clearly, to honour family lineage.
Keep it in the family, yeah.
For some reason, that's become really integral. Yeah, Flo and Joan was such a hit last year, weren't they?
Amazing.
Yeah, that was exactly... This is one of the great joys of my job is that I do, indeed. I travel the world. I go to fringe festivals all over the world. I go to festivals all over the world. And I see sometimes 5, 6, 7 shows a day to try and get the absolute best to bring back here. And I'm so excited. I mean, Demi Adejuyigbe is a person who was nominated for the best newcomer at Edinburgh Fringe this year. And I was like, we've got to get him. We've got to get him. Watching Demi feels like, I reckon, when people saw Andy Kaufman for the first time, like 40 years ago, I was like, this will change comedy. This is the new face of comedy. We've got to get him if we can.
Wow.
So couldn't be more thrilled about that. Burton Brothers, Frankie McNair, who are actual local acts. They're Melbourne acts, but have that same spirit of mischief and nonsense and incredible voices and chaotic good times. I find it's so beautiful looking at a festival program and just thinking, how much variety can I offer our audiences? So we've also got David Campbell. We've got Bobby Fox.
Oh.
I mean, these fabulous men in suits.
Iconic.
I know, right?
Yes.
And when you think cabaret, when you think swing, when you think like velvet jackets, and you think David Campbell, you think Bobby Fox. So again, we've got the best of the best. And of course, because David Campbell is Adelaide's beloved son and has brought this festival to such a global audience, we were so thrilled for our 25th birthday to say, can we have a special David Campbell show just to celebrate the Cabaret Festival?
Please tell me he's jumping out of a cake. Or you're jumping out of a cake. Someone has to jump out of a cake.
Can I tell you, I have been fighting for cake jumping on...
Who's fighting you on this?
Literally the mechanics of it.
No!
Like how...
No, they can sort that out. Someone can sort... We'll get our tech team here to sort it out. Someone will sort it out.
Here's the question. Is it real cake? What happens if I jump out of a real cake? You know what I mean? This is the thing. We're just trying to work out exactly what that looks like.
Do you want real cake? I don't know if I'd want real cake.
In a way, I always want real cake.
That's true.
You know what I mean? I'd be furious if I ordered cake and I got fake cake. But yeah, we're trying to find wonderful ways to do that and to celebrate with that sort of gesture.
Okay, good. Well, that makes me extremely happy. But there will also be a party.
There will indeed. The final weekend, the last shows on the final weekend is called the 25th birthday party, and it is going to be everything that a 25th birthday party is, which means your parents have left you the house.
Perfect.
They think they've locked the key to the liquor cabinet, but they have not. No. I know where it is.
But you still would rather drink the goon bag off the clothesline?
10,000%.
Yes.
Wheel of goon.
Yes.
It's very important. But, you're going to flirt with that guy who's been flirting with you all the time at the local bottle shop. It's going to be great. All of your favourite friends. That's the plan, and a little bit of mischief and chaos. That's
fun. Okay, so is the party a separate event that you buy tickets for, or is it part of the final weekend of shows?
No, the party is actually an event.
Amazing.
So it is actually, it is 2 nights of the 25th birthday party. And so 2 nights of chaos, 2 nights of when I have to prep my entire technical team for the wild things that might happen.
Is it the same party 2 nights in a row, or is this a 2-day festival?
It's going to be, there's going to be, great question. It's going to be, whenever we do those late night chaos shows, which is what I call them, but marketing is not
the technical name is not chaos show.
No, it's called the Festival Late Nights.
There we go.
But what I love about them is that spirit of mischief and chaos. I'm like, you never know what's going to happen.
No, you don't know who will turn up.
Exactly that. So we're going to have a similar sort of structure where our host will have some things that repeat from night to night, but the guests will be different, the games will be different, the experience will be different.
Amazing.
It's going to be very fun.
Games, that makes me nervous.
I know, right? Entirely
Spin
optional.
the bottle.
Sorry, that was that wheezy laugh was mine. Jeez. Yeah, go on. Cabaret, spin the bottle. Except cabaret, spin the bottle. You spin the bottle, and if the bottle lands on you, you have to sing a cabaret song.
Okay, I'm out. I was in until then.
I was like, I don't think we can do actual spin the bottle there, guys. Consent is very important.
Okay, we'll think of some better games. More 2025 games, fine.
I know. But I think it's going to be great. And we've got this idea of like how we end, particularly that final night, how we trail people out into the foyers afterwards. And after each of the late night chaos shows every weekend, we have a DJ who will play basically until the last person who's left on the dance floor.
Until the police arrive and break up the party.
That's the 25th birthday
It is the 25th birthday party.
Oh my God, we should have police. We should have hot police.
She's talking strippers now. Okay, I'm getting the stop now. End the interview.
Really strippers. It'd be burlesque. They'd sing. We should absolutely do that. Oh my God, if this happens, Stacey, I guarantee you, I will credit you.
Thank you
for this innovation.
Thank you.
In theatrical art form.
Well, I'd love to say that I'll be there to celebrate. I'll be about a week from being due with a baby. So who knows?
Goodness.
Maybe that could be a great way to end the night as well.
Oh my God, maybe that's it. It's not so much bursting out of a cake as...
Let's leave it there, shall we?
I just won't complete that sentence.
That's actually a great place to wrap it all up. It's always so much fun to chat, Virginia Gay. Thank you so much for coming in.
Such a joy, Stacey. And congratulations, I'm so excited.
Thank you. Me too. Me too. I'm having my baby and you're having your baby.
That's so true. You have to start thinking about schooling fees.
Oh, God,
I don't have to do that though. That's true.
I just want to plan the parties, that's all. We'll swap.
Yeah, great. Okay. Great. Fabulous.
Deal. I'll take you up on that.
Thanks, darling.
Thank you. Talk to you soon. Virginia Gay, the Artistic Director of the Adelaide Cabaret Festival, which is on from the 5th to the 21st of June. Tickets are available now, so get online and check it out, adelaidecabaretfestival.com.au. It's 23 minutes past 3 here on 5AA. How much fun is that? It sounds like it's going to be more than a party this year. This year's Adelaide Cabaret Festival. How very exciting. Now, very soon, going to tell you all about another festival that's taking place. But first... If you know what that is, 8223 0055 is the number. Happening right now in Canberra, the leader of the Liberal Party, Susan Lee, is holding a press conference. She's just given a statement and is now taking questions from journalists. She is commenting on the split between the Liberals and the Nationals for now, based on principle and at least four policies that the parties couldn't agree on. And this is what she had to say about it.
So we offered to work constructively with the Nationals and we asked for that respect in return. In good faith, I proposed that we stand up a joint shadow ministry consisting of Liberal Party shadow ministers and National Party shadow ministers, and that we go forward in a united way and that we then work separately on policies, as we should, in our separate party rooms and come together articulating what those policies are at the right time over the course of the next term. And the Nationals did not agree to that approach. The Liberal Party also insisted that shadow cabinet solidarity be maintained in any coalition agreement, and that was unable to be resolved. As the largest non-government political party, the Liberals will form the official opposition. The Liberal Party is the official opposition in the Parliament. A new shadow ministry will be drawn from the Liberals in the upcoming days, and obviously I will be saying more about that at the time.
Susan Lee there, the leader of the Liberal Party, saying we won't form a coalition, but we want to, and they'll relook at that before the next election. Congratulations, Michael, in Torrens Park. You have won the tickets to go and see Harry Potter from the Adelaide Symphony Orchestra. This is part of their Live at the Theatre series. So a double pass coming your way. It's all taking place on the 7th of June at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. So I know you and whoever you decide to take along will love that. I hope you enjoy. Don't worry. that's not all, folks. Got more to give away. After news headlines, it's Turkey Tuesday, so get your turkey nominations in. 8223 0000.
Fusion Clinical Research are looking for people to participate in a study aimed at uncovering and reducing mental decline. The trial results will be used to drive the development of new treatments. People between the ages of 55 and 80 are invited to take part and will receive compensation for their time. If you are interested, find out more and check your eligibility by contacting Fusion at fusiontrials.com.au or by calling 08 7077 6996. That's 7077 6996.
Dreaming of a getaway? Now's the perfect time. With the G'day Parks app, not only do you get access to more parks in more places, but if you book on the app before the 31st of August for travel anytime this year, you'll be entered into the draw to win free fuel for a year. A whole year of free fuel. Book to win and get away on us. G'day Parks, the easy way to get away. Here's good. G'dayParks.com.au.
T's and C's apply. Permit number ACT-TP25/00645.
Plant the seed of your legacy. Centennial Park's new Living Legacy Forever flowers offers a heartfelt and sustainable way to commemorate your loved one. For the first time in South Australia, Living Legacy's groundbreaking science allows your loved one's ashes to positively impact the environment, creating a beautiful, lasting tribute where friends and family can gather and reflect whilst contributing to the beautiful botanical environment. To learn more about Living Legacy Forever flowers, visit centennialpark.org.
Scammers and fraudsters, they'll come at you any way they can. Texts, emails, phone calls, even social media. They're relentless. But so are Westpac. We don't just rely on one line of defence to protect you and your money. We've got layers and layers and layers and layers and layers and layers of scam and fraud defence. That's a lot of layers. When it comes to security, you can never have too much. Westpac. Layers and layers of scam and fraud defence. Westpac Online Banking. T's and C's apply.
Are you on the hunt for Adelaide's freshest eggs, collected from a family farm every morning? Do you seek the finest produce, along with the widest selection of Dutch products in Adelaide? Your search ends here, at the Fresh Egg Shop in Clemzig. Discover a bounty of free-range chicken, duck and quail eggs, alongside an array of other hearty local offerings, such as boiler chickens, KI honey, almonds, homemade jam and biscuits. The Fresh Egg Shop, located at OG Road, Clemzig. Just look for the giant egg.
All right, so that'll be absolutely diddly squat. Zero. Zilch. Nada.
Buy any new, used or demo vehicle from Southern Cherry before June 30 and you could win an entire year of groceries from Foodland on us. Groceries covered, car sorted, more money for what matters. Visit southerncherrymorfettvale.com.au to find out more. T's and C's apply. Licence number T25707. Another great deal driven by Australian Motors.
When you've been around for over a century, you know a thing or two. And South Australian Business Chamber and Ray White have almost 300 years between them. So when an alliance is formed between South Australian Business Chamber and Ray White Business Sales SA, all that experience flows to you. This ensures you're in top shape, whether you're buying, selling, or somewhere in between. Touch base with the experts. Search Ray White Business Sales SA. Proudly partnered with South Australian Business Chamber.
This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon. Mel Usher with the 5AA News headlines. Liberal Party leader Susan Lee says their door remains open to the Nationals despite today's coalition split. All four of the big banks, NAB, Commonwealth, ANZ and Westpac, have announced they'll pass on today's rate cut. Netflix has thrown Big Bird a lifeline. And in sport, West Coast Jeremy McGovern will consult with the AFL concussion panel about his future. The 5AA forecast, sunny this afternoon, partly cloudy tomorrow, 19. Right now, it's 18 degrees. We'll have more news at 4 on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Interested in supporting skin disease research? CMAX Clinical Research is conducting a clinical trial involving an investigational treatment for atopic dermatitis. If you're aged 18 to 70 and generally healthy, you could be eligible to participate. Spend 3 nights at CMAX, attend multiple visits and get paid for your time and contribution. Don't miss this opportunity to help advance the future of healthcare. Register your interest today at cmax.com.au. That's cmax.com.au.
G'day, it's Ben from BJ Energy. Lately I've had a lot of people asking about the federal battery rebate. What it is, how it works and whether they're eligible. At BJ Energy, we've done the homework. Our job is to help you make the most of the rebate while it's still around. So if you're thinking about solar or a home battery, or just have any questions about the federal battery rebate, it's easy to get in touch with us. No sales pitch, just straight answers. Visit bjenergy.com.au. That's bjenergy.com.au.
Agostino Mitsubishi are doing Renos on their Nailsworth dealership, which means one thing, Renault stock clearance.
That's right. Head into Agostino Mitsubishi and grab yourself a deal.
Now, what are we talking?
Triton, Eclipse, Outlander, Pajero, all of them.
So which one would you get?
All of them.
Me too. Agostino Mitsubishi Renault stock clearance is on for a limited time only. Head into Agostino Mitsubishi Nailsworth. Hey, and don't forget Mawson Lakes, Timmy.
I could never do that, Rowie.
We live in a coastal property. It's a 3-storey residence that's built on quite a steep sloping block. We needed the house repainted. It hadn't been painted since we'd been here for 12 years.
We chose Paint Professionals because they were the only people that we made contact with who seemed to think that this was possible. I'd definitely recommend Paint Professionals to others. We're very impressed with the way they approached the job and we're extremely happy with the results.
It's SA's biggest cover-up, and thousands of pool owners all over South Australia are implicated. Who's at the centre of it? Walco, of course. Put your pool to bed for winter with a Walco Guardian pool cover. Made right here in SA, a Walco Guardian pool cover will preserve your chemicals, keep your water clean, and you won't need to run your pump. The savings are amazing. Join the great cover-up and get a Walco Guardian pool cover. Visit walco.com.au.
Always live. 5AA. Always Adelaide. 5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
Good afternoon and happy Tuesday. You know what time it is.
Time to call in and nominate your Turkey of the Week for Stacey Lee's Turkey Tuesday.
Yes, who's done something silly? Who deserves to be called out on the radio? Who forgot to take the bins out? Put too much curry paste in the curry over the weekend? Maybe you forgot the curry. Left it on the top of your car and drove off with it, maybe? We've all done that before. 8223 0000 is the number to call to nominate a turkey. And just a reminder, we are on the Complete Care live stream, so jump on Facebook or YouTube to check out what's happening in the studio. And as I always say, you are our eyes and ears on the ground, and if there's something happening near you, we would love to hear about it. Matt in Seacliff has done just that and has given us a call. Good afternoon, Matt.
Yeah, g'day, Stacey. How's things?
Good, good. Now, you're near this crash at Hallett Cove, is that right?
Yeah, I've just driven past. I'm going home towards Seacliff. For anyone that's driving down towards Nollunga Way, or the other way for that matter, if you got kids in your car, you might want to go a different way. They do have big sheets and tarps up around the poor bugger that's on, by the looks of things, I think he's passed away. But it's still very open, and you can, but unfortunately, when I'm turning the corner, I looked left and looked right, and you can actually see. So it's a pretty confronting sort of scene down there as well. So, yeah. So I was just more concerned about any children that might, because you know what kids are like to have a bit of a sticky take, and but it doesn't look good though down there.
Oh, that's a really good thought, Matt. Thank you for that. It sounds like it's a nasty crash, that's for sure. And yeah, if you've got kids and if you're travelling in that area, definitely keep that in mind. Thanks for the heads up, Matt. Really appreciate it.
No worries. Take care, Stacey.
See you. That's Matt in Seacliff. If you missed the news earlier, that is a serious crash that police are attending on Lonsdale Road at Hallett Cove. It occurred just over an hour ago now at 2:20 this afternoon near the Cove Road, and police are saying that there's serious injuries reported. The road is expected to remain closed for several hours, but as you just heard from Matt and as we've heard from a number of listeners who have driven past the scene today, it sounds like it's a crash between a car and a bike, and it doesn't sound good at all. So we'll be bringing you updates throughout the afternoon. But northbound traffic on Lonsdale Road is being diverted onto the Cove Road, and motorists should take an alternative route if possible, according to police. So, do take a bit of extra care. And if, as you just heard there from Matt, if you've got young kids in the car, maybe take a different road, if that's at all possible. All right, 24 minutes to 4 here on 5AA. We'll take a quick break and then we're going to shift gears, and I need your calls on 8223 0000 with your turkey nominations.
Crow's big man Riley O'Brien joins Rowie and Timmy G each week on the 5AA Sports Show. Find out what's going on at Westlakes thanks to Harvey Norman Clearance Centre. Cooking appliances, washing machines, dishwashers, TVs and more. 919 Marion Road, Marion.
Oh, here's one. Hey, you leaving, mate?
Yeah, one sec, buddy.
Okay, no worries. Oh, come on. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
Parking turning you into someone you're not? Search UPark app today. Come on in.
We open our doors to people we trust and care about. And for over 90 years, South Australians have been opening their doors to Rest Haven. In turn, we've been opening doors to an easier, better life at home. From personal care to help with the shopping and social outings, you'll welcome the care that Rest Haven brings.
Rollerco would never boast about how good they are at fixing sliding doors and windows. So I'll do it for them. For nearly 40 years, Rollerco have been making and fixing all sorts of sliding doors and windows. They seriously know everything there is to know. And if by some outrageous chance they don't have the parts you need, they'll do their very best to find a solution. Rollerco.com.au. They'll get you rolling. Rollerco.com.au.
5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
8223 0000 is the number to call with your turkey nominations. Dean in Flinders Park is on the phone. Hello, Dean.
Stacey, good afternoon. Thanks for taking my call. Listen, I can't name the person or the company, but this is a warning to people as well. My son was given a job and had to pass a urine test. And the urine test proved that he's on methamphetamines, and he's not. And all the research in the world with a chemist and a doctor, if you take a cold and flu tablet with a pseudoephedrine in it, and you're taking other medication, you're going to end up with methamphetamine in your body.
Oh, interesting. I hadn't heard that before.
He lost his job. They turned around and they made him guilty that he's on methamphetamines, and he's not. And he went searching with a chemist and a doctor, and he Googled it. And yes, if you take a certain medication that's got pseudoephedrine in it, and you're on other medication for something else, the cold and flu tablet that he took with the pseudoephedrine in it created methamphetamine in his body.
Oh, goodness me. And I'm sure there's a lot of people who are having cold and flu tablets at the moment. It's definitely going around, especially the ones with pseudoephedrine in them. Thanks for the heads up, Dean. Really appreciate it.
No worries.
See you. That's Dean in Flinders Park. If you've got a turkey nomination, you can get on the phone, 8223 0000. This one is from Con in McGill on the text line. Not one, but 4 turkeys. He says, Pangallo, Franks, Lee, not me, and Game. For gaming the system, pun intended, and tricking people for voting for them in the party they stood for shame. These are all the upper house MPs who have left their parties and have become independents since the last state election. Thank you for your nominations, Con. Let's go to Richmond now. Hello, Steve.
How you going? All right? Love your show, Stacey. How you going? All right?
Thank you. Good, thanks. How are you?
Not too bad. Now I'm going to nominate myself as a turkey.
Oh, no. What did you do?
I had a few drinks one night and I went to post something I wanted to sell on the marketplace. Took a photo and ended up taking a selfie of myself.
So you tried to sell yourself on Marketplace?
Yeah, instead of the item I was supposed to sell.
Do you know?
I got a lot of curry from the boys at work, I tell you.
Steve, you don't know how relevant this is for me at my point in my life right now. I am on Marketplace almost every day looking at stuff, and I was telling my husband last night about a hilarious listing I saw where someone was trying to sell baby items, but the cover photo was just a photo of a packet of wraps in their shopping trolley. And I was saying to Ben, someone's uploaded the wrong photo on this listing and it's really funny. So it sounds like exactly what you did.
Exactly, yeah. I felt like an absolute idiot, I tell you.
And of course someone from work had to see it as well.
Oh, yeah. I made SHIT of the week, so...
Well, and now maybe Turkey of the Week as well. So there you go, double the prizes.
Thanks, Stacey.
Thanks for the call,
Cheers.
Steve. Bye.
Bye-bye.
That's a good one. Uploading a photo of himself on Facebook Marketplace. Hey, you never know. Maybe it helped. Maybe it inflated the price a little bit, Steve. You never know. Let's go to Helen now in Glenelg North. Hello, Helen.
Oh, hi, Stacey. I hope you can hear me okay. I'm deaf and I'm on Bluetooth.
No,
okay,
I've got you just fine.
Good. Okay, Port Adelaide Football Club.
Oh
right.
Gosh, yes.
Koshi, the whole board, all of the other coaches, forward coaches and whatever, they've all been there too long, too comfortable, and it's basically you cannot serve two servants, and that's what they're doing at the moment. One week they're playing one way, the next week they're playing another way.
It really does feel like two different teams, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
But you can't say that Carl wouldn't be involved in what's going on.
So, Helen, are you a supporter of the hashtag Start the Car? Would you like to see Ken Hinkley go and Josh Carr just be appointed right now?
No, I don't want Josh Carr at all.
Oh, you reckon someone new?
I want it all cleaned out. Everyone's been there too long, and as I say, they're all too comfortable. You know how people get after they've all been there a long time. I think it's, like he'd be a product of Ken, I would say. I could be wrong, but I'm very disappointed because we were going so well, but to be defeated so badly, like 3 times this year.
I know.
It's really bad.
It's disappointing, extremely. No, I don't have nearly enough turkey sound effects for the entire board and the leadership at Port Adelaide, so I'll just do the one. There you go. Thanks, Helen. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's Helen in Glenelg North. What do you think? Maybe you're a Port supporter and you agree. Are you a fan of the hashtag Start the Car? 8223 0000 is the number to call. Caesar on the text line. Maybe Steve got confused with Tinder and Marketplace when uploading the photos. Oh, Caesar, I don't know about that. But that's pretty funny. If I was scrolling on Marketplace and I saw someone's face, I'd get a good laugh out of that. And Roger said, I tested positive for the same reason as your caller. I was cleared as the commercial drugs have markers which should be identified when the positive test is checked in the laboratory. Thank you for your text, Roger. That's really interesting. I'd not heard that before. Definitely something to be aware of. Not that I can say I've ever been drug tested. Maybe they should start drug testing us at 5AA. Don't know why. We'd all pass with flying colours, that's for sure. Well, I think Steve has to be the winner today. Congratulations, Steve, for uploading a photo of his face on Facebook Marketplace. You've won a carton of Turkey Flat Rosé, Turkey Flat Vineyards, rosé in eco-friendly cans. Drink responsibly, as I know you will, and you can go back to work now, Steve, and tell everyone at work who gave you gave you a little bit for that, but it paid off in the end. You got a case of wine as a result. Well done to you.
Mini Jumbuck, Australia's favourite wool bedding products. Now located in McLaren Vale, Mini Jumbuck has a great range of quality Australian-made wool bedding products to suit all sleepers and all climates. You'll love their extensive range of Australian-made quilts, mattress toppers and pillows too. And remember, Mini Jumbuck McLaren Vale also stock a huge range of genuine sheepskin Ugg boots and quality merino wool clothing. For Australia's favourite wool products, call into Mini Jumbuck McLaren Vale, open 7 days.
Here at FIVEAA, we're all about supporting local. Head to the Excelsior Hotel, where kids eat free every weekend. The Excelsior Hotel, 110 Coghlan Street, Brompton. Feels like coming home, but better.
Dreaming of a getaway? Now's the perfect time. With the G'day Parks app, not only do you get access to more parks in more places, but if you book on the app before the 31st of August for travel anytime this year, you'll be entered into the draw to win free fuel for a year. A whole year of free fuel. Book to win and get away on us. G'day Parks, the easy way to get away. Here's good. G'dayParks.com.au.
T's and C's apply. Permit number ACT TP25/00645.
Drive away in the Audi Q3 35 TFSI S-Line Edition, now with metallic paint and black exterior styling at $60,900 from Audi Solitaire. T's and C's apply. Ends June 30. DL 65541.
5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
At 13 minutes to 4 here on 5AA, there's been so much happening this afternoon that we thought we'd recap one of the big stories of the day. The Reserve Bank has dropped interest rates once again by 0.25%, down from 4.1 to 3.85%. So if you were a mortgage holder, this is good news for you. Unfortunately, if you've got money in a term deposit or a self-funded retiree, it's probably not great news for you. But this is something that most economists had tipped. In fact, all of them. I think the markets were pretty much already pricing in the drop today, although some had suspected it could have been a 0.5% cut. The Reserve Bank decided to go with the 0.25% cut, and the Reserve Bank Governor, Michelle Bullock, spoke earlier with the reasons as to why the rate was lowered to the rate at which it was.
The most recent quarterly CPI confirmed that both headline and underlying inflation are now under 3%. And if you ignore the more volatile items in the headline CPI, our forecasts see the underlying pulse of inflation around the midpoint of the 2 to 3% range over the next year or so. So price increases have slowed, and it's fairly broadly based, and this is very good news. The board's strategy over quite some time has been to bring inflation down while avoiding a sharp rise in unemployment. This is consistent with our dual mandate of price stability and full employment. I know this period of relatively high interest rates has been and continues to be challenging for many households and businesses, but it was essential we brought inflation down because inflation hurts everyone.
So that's Michelle Bullock, the Governor of the Reserve Bank. The Treasurer, Jim Chalmers, has also commented on the decision this afternoon.
This is the second interest rate cut in the last 3 months. This is very welcome relief for millions of Australians. We are really pleased to see more help is on the way for working families with a mortgage, and that's what this decision today is all about. It does reflect the very substantial and sustained progress that we've made together on inflation in our economy, and it also recognises the uncertain global environment as well. When it comes to inflation, both headline inflation and underlying inflation are now both in the Reserve Bank's target band for the first time in almost 4 years. And this is the first time since records began that we've got the unemployment rate in the low 4s at the same time as we've got both measures of inflation in the target band at the same time.
So there you go. Reserve Bank will meet again next month. But as you heard from Michael Ruggiero, an accountant and chairman of partners with Bentley's South Australia, he said earlier that most of the markets are tipping another potential rate cut, but not until August. The RBA might just give it a couple of months to filter through, because we know these things can take a while to filter through, especially when it comes to a rate cut. For some ridiculous reason, it takes 1 or 2 months for your rate cut to come into play, but when rates go up, happens immediately the next day. Anyway, speaking of happening immediately, after the 4 o'clock news, Rowie and Timmy G are on with the sports show. Hello, Timmy.
Hello, Stacey.
How are you?
There's probably a little bit of welcome news for a lot of homeowners, I suppose.
I'm very excited about this.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not the last this year.
No. Well, the 13 in a row up.
Yeah.
That sort of
It's a bit
hurt,
much.
didn't it?
Yes. Yes.
That was a bit much. And like you say, wish it was as quick the other way around.
Oh, my goodness. Last month, or the 2 months ago, when they lowered them, you know you have to wait the 30 days. So I waited the 30 days. I still didn't get a letter or an email from the bank, so I had to call the bank, and then I was on hold for an hour and a half to try and work out. Because you know how sometimes there's like a little disclaimer that this loan's not eligible for that. I thought, what would be? It would be just my luck that we're on
Finding
the wrong
one of those
Yeah.
T's and C's.
Yeah, so I thought I'd ring the bank.
You're telling me you didn't read the T's and C's?
Tick and flick? Is that what it is?
Tick and flick.
Tick and flick. So then on hold for an hour and a half to try and find out if my rate was going down, just for them to say, yes, it is, but your repayment won't go down. If you'd like to reduce your repayment, we can do that, but we'll have to put you through to another department. I'm like, I've got a life. I have things to do.
Yeah. But increase it, not a problem.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Next day,
Not a
next
problem.
week, you get your letter.
Bang.
It's gone up straight away. Yep, they get their money straight away.
There you go. Oh, well,
Anyway.
got a good show tonight. Lots happening. We got some good news from Alberton. A young defender, Logan Evans, has just signed a 3-year deal. He's only 19 years of age. He was one of those rookies that was picked up in the mid-year last year, and he had a really good back half of the year. Had a little slow start to the year, got dropped, come back and playing good football again. So he's got a 3-year deal in front of him, which is terrific. Great news for him. He'll be coming on the show. We also have found out that the CEO of the AFL, Andrew Dillon, and his head of football, Laura Kane, have been meeting with coaches just in groups of 3 and 4. Now, they've covered off, sounds like, most of Victoria. I'm just going to make sure that they're coming over here and WA and Queensland and New South Wales. So hopefully it's not just a Melbourne-centric thing, but I would imagine they're going to get to all. But we'll find out the subject matter of what was on the agenda for the meeting.
Yeah.
Because what Gillen used to do was have them all in pre the season beginning, and I would have thought, as much as that's a nice sort of love-in, you don't really get through an agenda that well with that many.
No, and
so
it was
I think
always
this is a better idea.
It was always a big dinner, wasn't it? I'm assuming there wasn't
Yeah.
a whole lot of
I don't think a lot of boxes ticked.
in detail, in-depth discussion and analysis about the game when they're all going to a fancy restaurant in Melbourne with the nice bottles of Grange sitting on the table.
That sort of stuff. Yeah. Which, hey, I'm open to. But
Oh, okay. If you're listening,
very open.
8223 0000, ring Timmy. He's waiting for an invite.
I'll be on board. Classic. We've got Campo's
Where's my
Coach's
cashy?
Corner as
Where's
well.
my little
so-
cashy sound effect?
That's
There we
it.
go.
Ding. I'll do that one for free. But yeah, Campo's Coach's Corner, he'll always give us an insight into how and where it all went wrong for our teams and the like. But it should be a good show. And Nick Henry joins us on a Tuesday as well.
I am intrigued, though, with these meetings. So clearly if he's meeting with just a few coaches at a time, he's hoping to get through a bit more of an agenda and have a bit more of a discussion, because the AFL's been under fire a fair bit lately
and
for
Laura
umpiring.
Kane, the head of football's in those meetings, and I would say they'd be fairly robust at the moment.
Yeah.
On a lot of subject matter, not just umpiring, because the umpires aren't happy with the way they've been treated. They feel like the AFL sort of let them be out there as a scapegoat, so they're not happy. You've got coaches and clubs not happy. There's all sorts of subject matter. Let's face it, some of the reviews and things and the penalties handed out and sanctions, and haven't got a lot right this year.
No.
So it's been an ugly season so far. And what have we played? 10 rounds, so still 14 to go, and a final series. So hopefully out of some of these meetings they can take a bit of feedback on and maybe get some stuff started at least in the right direction.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Good luck.
And we'll see if Andrew Dillon's coming back. Maybe Peter Malinauskas will be invited to the dinner.
Well, as a broker.
Try and sort
Get
something out.
done. Yeah, exactly. All
Well,
right.
if not, we know who they should invite.
Oh, yeah.
There he is.
Free.
He'll do this one for free, though. Rowie and Timmy G are on with you after 4. Thank you so much to everyone who called or sent a text into the program this afternoon. It's been a lot of ground to cover between federal politics and state politics and the Reserve Bank. But we've very much valued your contribution to the program this afternoon. And just a reminder as well about that serious crash on Lonsdale Road at Hallett Cove. Traffic is being diverted onto the Cove Road. If you are heading down that way and you're wondering why there's a bit of traffic, please do avoid the area. It's happened at Lonsdale Road near the Cove Road, and police are warning motorists to take an alternate route because the road is expected to remain closed for several hours. So it's time for me to get out of here. Thank you so much for your calls and your texts, and I'll talk to you at 1 o'clock tomorrow.
Coming up next, Adelaide's only local sport show. It's the very latest in sport live.